Okay, so now that we have our loop tightened, we're ready to start row 1. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn the work. You're going to do a double crochet in the first 4 stitches. So yarn over, and you're going to use that one right at the base, right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that was a chain 3, turn, double crochet in the first 4 stitches. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to double crochet in the last 4 stitches. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and that last one right there is 4. That's row 1. And as you can see, it gives it a point going this way and straight across the top. Now you're going to fix this where you tightened it. You'll fix that little where it jumps over whenever you put your end in. So don't worry about that little string that's hanging there. I know it seems wrong, but the most important thing is you have a point on one side and it's your straighter across the top side. And this is your top side and this is your bottom side. Okay, row 2 through 24. And I would do it this way, row 1, then do the 2 through 24, then do the eyelet row. And then after that, I think you can make it how you want to. But let's do this first. So the 2 through 24 is a chain 3 and turn, 3 and turn, and you're going to double crochet in the first stitch and each stitch until you get to the center chain 4 space. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 stitches. But 2, 3, and the top right here next to that space, that's 4. But now you have 5 stitches. You've increased it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because you have that chain. So now we're at the chain 4 space where you're going to do a 2 double crochets, a chain 4, and 2 double crochets. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2. Okay, that's your space. Now we're going to double crochet over to the other end, and it's the top of this right here. This is the space. You're going to right into the side, go up to that top right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, because we did 4 on the other side. And in the top of the chain 3 space, where you did your beginning chain right here, that's where it's gonna add that next one. So right in the top of that, which is right there, and to put another double. So now we're gonna match because we've got 5 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 2, chain 4. Double crochet 2, chain 4, and double crochet 2. Okay, that's row 2, and you're going to do this for 24 rows. All right, so I'm going to do that, and I'll be back. I wanted to be sure that I emphasize where these stitches are being placed when you do this. So that was row 3. I wanted to do this before there were too many stitches. Again, we're to start the row, which we're repeating row 2. Chain 1, 2, 3, and turn, and it's going to go right there at that first one. Follow that first line up, it's right there. Okay? And again, because you chained, you made an extra on the edge. That's how this grows. I'm going to double crochet all the way across until we get to the chain 4 space. And I wanted to be sure and show you where that placement is. This is your space. This edge right here, that's where it's at. It's at the top of that. So that your next thing in line would be a chain if you were to go there. Okay, so now we're going 2 double crochets, chain 4, and 2 double crochets. And now the first one, that's that line right there. That's your first stitch on this side, and double crochet across. Now I'm coming up on a knot. So usually with those, what I do, I don't stitch my knots in. I leave myself a nice tail. I cut the knot out. Put that yarn over my finger, use it as my yarn over. And I have 2 tails there, and keep going. And I'll tuck those ends in later. And I just pull those tails kind of tight. Be sure that you've got your working yarn and not your tail to work with. Now when we get down here to this end, again, you're going to do it all the way to the end. See, there's those 2, so you know that those 2 legs are that last double crochet. There's no legs there, so you know this chain, we're going to go into that top chain. Wiggle it if you have to. Okay, that's row 4. I just wanted to emphasize where those were at and how it's going to grow. It grows because you chain up on this side, okay, and you go into the top of that chain on this side. That's how it grows. It's not growing in the center, it's growing here. And that's what's keeping everything at this shape. Okay? Now because they said this is totally customizable, I'm going to do that. I had said that you probably would want to do the first section, which was up to 24, and then an eyelet row, which would make 25 rows before you customize it. But for the sake of time here, I'm going to go ahead and do this eyelet row. So it's a chain 4, turn, and you're going to triple crochet in the first stitch. So that's yarn over, first stitch is right here, and triple crochet, which is 2, 2, and 2. Now, starting at this asterisk, this is what we're going to do in the asterisk. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, and treble into the next. So we're going to skip that one and treble into this one. So yarn over, and these are US terms. So 2, 2, and 2, and repeat to the first stitch before the center chain 4 space, which is chain 1, yarn over, skip 1, treble into the next. 2, 2, 2. Chain 1, skip 1, treble into the next. To the first stitch before the center. So here's the first stitch, here's the center. Chain 1, skip that stitch, treble, chain 4 treble into the center space. Okay, so we're going to do our chain 1, we're going to skip that one that's right before it, and we're going to treble. So 2, 2, 2, treble again, 2, 2, 2, chain 4, 2 more trebles, then we're going to chain 1, skip that stitch, treble in the next stitch. So this is the first one on this side, skip it and go to the next one there and do a treble. And then we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and treble to the other end. And when we get down to the end, to the last 2 stitches, okay, because we're going to skip 1, yeah, till right here, and you'll chain 1 and skip and treble in the top of the beginning chain. So I did not work out that way. That is not how we started. No, that's right. We're trebling here, we're going to chain 1 and then treble into the top of this one. I confused myself, because when we started over here, we did our 4 chain and then trebled in the first one, then a skip 1, treble, skip 1, treble. So when it comes over to this end, we get over here, you have these last 2. So you did your skip, you did that one, skip, did the top of that one, and then you trebled in the top of this stitch. And that's your eyelet row.